Welcome to another exciting ICT class. Today we are going to continue with our wonderful topic. But today's topic is titled booting. I will say it again. Today's topic is titled booting. Now, in the course of this lesson, we'll be looking at the meaning of booting. We are also going to look at the booting process. And lastly, the types of booting. Make sure your book and your pen are available and with you so that we can ride through this topic. Some of us may have wondered, why do we press the power button and the computer just automatically turn on? Are there some other things that we need to know that makes the computer turn on? We'll find out shortly in this lesson. The term booting comes from that little tab on the back of our boot, and that tab is called a boot strap that helps you to pull your boot off. Now, from the picture on our screen, we can see boot straps. Using the cursor, it's pointing at these straps. These straps helps to loosen the size of our boot to enable us to pull the boot on and off. That is where the term booting comes from. Booting refers to the process of powering on the computer and starting the operating system. Now, this is done by pressing the power button. Now, the power button is always located at the front or at the top of the CPU, which is the central processing unit. How do we identify the power button? The power button, as we can see in this picture, is carrying the binary number, which is 0 and 1. The 1 is placed in the middle of the 0. Now, when we see the symbol, it signifies the power button. All we just need to do is push the power button and the booting process begins. What happens during system boot? The boot process loads the operating system into the main memory or the random access memory installed on your computer. So when we push that power button, it activates the operating system of the computer. Now, this happens during the time of booting, but we do not see it. But the computer is running series of processes before the computer is finally turned on. Now, some of these processes is that when pushing that power button, it activates the operating system of the computer, which is also known as the random access memory. Why does it affect the random access memory? The operating system is the program that makes all your software applications and your hardware applications to work together. Now, when we say software application and your hardware application, when putting on the computer, those hardware that you have in your computer, like your keyboard, like your mouse, and those software that are placed inside your computer, your applications, the operating system is what triggers them to activate. So when the computer is being turned on, your operating system must automatically be activated. Booting the computer is not as simple as you think. When you press the power button, it needs to pass through a series of processes before the computer loads. When you push that power button, the power is sent to a small bootloader program. This bootloader program is what helps to activate all the different sections of the booting process, which loads the operating system. The bootloader is located at the cache memory. Now, when we say the cache memory is a portion of your RAM, which is the random access memory, that is directly attached to the central processing unit. The cache memory helps to remind the computer of the different files and recent work that is being done in the computer. Have you ever wondered why when you turn off your computer and you are putting it on, all those files and all those applications that were put on before switching them up, that those applications still remains, it is with the help of the cache memory. The cache memory helps to remind the computer of those files and those documents that were placed in the computer before it was turned off. Afterwards, the power on safe test, which is the post, runs. Now, this power on safe test is what helps to notify the computer and check if the computer is in a safe position to turn on. Now, the power on safe test checks for the different parts of the computer to see if there are errors. That is why it will tell you that when you want to turn on the computer, it will tell you that press F2 to load, which tells you that the power off safe test has finished authenticating. Now, when the power of safe test is running, you see a flashlight or you hear a beep of sound. Once the post is completed, the BIOS, which is basic input output system, is activated. So you see, there are so many processes that happens while your computer is turned on. The BIOS is actually stored also in the random access memory. This helps to activate all hardware devices attached to the computer. Like the name goes, BIOS, basic input output system. It activates those input devices and those output devices. That is why when your computer is turned on, you see your mouse will start to with the light to be on. It means that the BIOS is working. Your keyboard light will be showing. Your monitor will turn on. It means that the BIOS have finally recognized these output or hardware devices. Once the BIOS has finally recognized them, it means that your computer is fully ready for turning on. It means that the booting process of your computer is finally ready. Now they will tell you to press F2 or F10 to continue the booting process. And when you press it, automatically your computer will be turned on. The BIOS also alerts the operating system, which completes the booting process. Afterwards, the computer is turned on. So you see, there are so many processes. It passes through the random access memory. It goes to the bootloader program. It moves directly to the cache memory. It checks if the computer is safe to use, which is the post, and also the BIOS, which is basic input output system. Now all this happens in split seconds. They happen so fast that even we don't even know that all these things are happening. Now when these things are happening, the computer is telling you that it is authenticating, it is initializing, it begins to show you a blank space like the one we have on our screen now. You'll be seeing different write-ups, and this is telling you that the computer is ready to load. And when all this process happens, the computer is turned on. Types of booting. We have basically two types of booting. The first is the cold booting, and the last is the warm booting. When we say the cold booting, this is when the computer is started after having been switched off. Now, this happens when, after you have already switched off your computer properly, you press the power button, the computer boots again. It's called the cold booting. Maybe you have already done exactly everything you want to do to the computer, you switch it off properly. When you are pressing that power button for it to start, it is called cold booting. But warm booting is when the operating system alone is restarted. That is, when your computer is on and you press the restart icon or the restart button on your computer, it goes off and comes up by himself without you pressing the power button. That is called warm booting. Maybe your computer freezes